Yeah. I got to say this in French.
Everything in French. Oh yeah, French interview.
Bonjour, ça va? J'habite à Londres. Quel âge as-tu? I've got to answer the questions, that's the problem. Hey, this is Chris Lake and you're watching J'adore House Music. When I was around 13 years old and I just moved to Scotland, a friend of mine introduced me to a synthesizer, and I was kind of hooked by how you could create sounds from scratch, which I loved. It developed from a hobby where I was working every summer to earn money to buy new music equipment to basically just becoming my life. When I was about 16, 17, I ended up I wanted to set up a record label called, I think it was, what was it called? Fat Cat Recordings, and with a PH, of course. What I didn't anticipate was that it would take more effort than 2 years of sitting on the sofa playing the Xbox to actually run a label. Needless to say, I failed completely. I ended up going back to get a full-time job. Ended up working in a post office as a postman for 3 years. And that was the last full-time job I did till I did this full-time. Well, the big turning point was definitely making records that everyone heard and recognised, the big one being Changes. That was a massive turning point for me. Before that, I'd done records. I'd made records that had been successful, but only on a very small level. I used to make a lot of progressive house, so it was, and I was putting records out on labels like Alternative Route and Maelstrom and Lost Language, and old huge tunes off print. They did well, but only in a very, very small scene, nothing like what Changes did. So, and that was the point where things changed, corny, and I was able to get work all around the world, and here I am now. I mean, house music has had so many cycles now. It's gone through so many different phases. One good thing about it is it always comes back to house music. House music always sounds ace. Whether it goes off to minimal, it goes off to tech, it goes off to techno, it goes off to electro. It always ends up coming back to house, and it always sounds fresh. It's a great thing about house music. You know, what's happened the past few years with, like you say, David Guetta. It's good. It exposes people that wouldn't hear dance music normally to dance music, and they enjoy it. It's just a different type of dance music, so it's cool. Let's see how long it lasts. It's fun, you know. It's fun at the moment for certain producers. I want to work with the Chemical Brothers. I'll never work with the Chemical Brothers, but I would love to work with the Chemical Brothers because they're ace. They don't make a bad record. They're unbelievable. Singers. I've done a couple of remixes of this girl, but I'd love to work with her, and her name's Sia. She's amazing. Her voice is brilliant. For me, I find it really difficult producing on the road. It's like I like producing in front of a set of speakers, not with headphones on. I find it really, really weird. It's just not the same as being in the studio. But I know guys that are really successful at making music only on a laptop. Dirty South is fantastic at it. He is really, really talented at making great music that sounds fantastic from what he's made in the headphones out in a club. I just can't do that. I've made a few records like it, but I don't enjoy doing it. I just finished the Lake and Lys album. Lys is the guy that I've made the Tarantula Trumba with. I'm super happy with it. It's, you know, when I work with Lys, he's one of my favourite producers and one of my favourite guys to work with. One of those rare guys that just literally sits there all day with a big smile on his face. Like, it's very inspiring because it's nothing pisses him off. Me, I'm sat like this. Things get under my skin, and he's always a positive force around me. I think that's why the music always sounds quite positive. Done a few remixes, just remixed James Torkin Ridney Forever on Defected. Remixed the old classic Nailin and Kane Beach Ball. That was difficult. I did the compilation in June with Toka Disco for Tool Room. I just did an essential mix for Radio 1. I'm busy, but now I'm taking a holiday. Let me have a holiday. City of God. Oh, this is such a typically male answer. A lion. Oh. When I was growing up, I always wanted to have a Ferrari F40. You ever heard of Iron Brew? It's this really stupid Scottish soft drink, and it's orange. Satellite dish. What the fuck was that? So I'm just still thinking about the last question. I'm just thinking about football. If it wasn't for satellite dishes, I wouldn't have football. Then again, I'd be hungry. Norwich City. Exactly. No one's heard of them because they're shit. Of the big teams, Man United, which is kind of weird because I live 10 minutes walk from Chelsea football ground. Anyway, thank you. Merci.